Hi folks, JP here from the podcast. Just to let you all know that the podcast is sponsored by AB Entertainment, and the AB stands for Mr. Alex Beveridge. It's a DJ and entertainment business. Alex is on Facebook and Instagram, and you can hit him up through the WhatsApp for any bookings on 07845 746 092. And also folks, the podcast has taken on a new partner, and we're partnered by MCM Framing Services and Hibs Memorabilia. If you want any jerseys, or if you've got any memorabilia sitting around you want framed or anything looked after that way, contact John Mullaney, and you can get him at johnmullaney0971@gmail.com, or contact him on his mobile 07835 072 582. And here at the Unrestricted View, we hope you're all enjoying the content, and if you are, please like and subscribe. It's free to do so, and also share amongst your Celtic family as well. Hail, hail from all of us. Good evening and welcome back to the Celtic Unrestricted View. It's the Dial In Talk to Tims. Monday evening, folks. Hope yous are all well. And as I said, it's still myself. My two compadres are still on annual leave. They are over in sunny Tenerife at the moment. So it's just me again to bring, hopefully, some really good and positive news and breaking news as a Celtic fan base, guys and girls. Now, you're all probably wondering why that is. I bet he's only. Well, folks, in the recent moments just before I've came on, there has been a bit of breaking news for Celtic. And it is no more so than Celtic have agreed a fee with Norwich for striker Adamida. And I've got some perfect confirmation from our good friend, Mr. Anthony Joseph. What I'll do is I'll take away the banners so that you can all see this perfectly. Here we are. And there you have it. So Anthony has put up on his Twitter, and he says, an update, Celtic have agreed a deal worth up to 9.5 million in total for Norwich City striker Adamida. Anthony says it's understood that the initial fee will be 8.5 million with 1 million worth of add-ons. And Norwich have also inserted a 15% sell-on clause into the deal. Well, folks, Celtic look as if they have got their man, and I'm pretty sure Adam will be buzzing. He's a big Celtic fan, and, you know, he done very, very well for us at the tail end of last season from January onwards. And what we all thinking, guys and girls, what we all think they're at, what we thinking about the Adamida deal. Obviously, we've got Swallowers on tonight as well, so we'll get their thoughts in the meantime. I'll come to some comments. So we've got George Robertson, you were up first. George says, lads, I like Scales as a defender, but nobody is buying a season ticket to see Liam Scales coming out from the back with the ball. That is a nonsense. Slows everything down and plays the ball behind the wingers. Right, George, we'll come to that one as we go, mate. Just get through some more of your comments. Jerry Burns, evening, everyone. Good evening, Jerry. Thanks for tuning in, pal. And Jem there, evening, JP, and everyone else that's tuning in. Thanks for tuning in yourself. Mark McDonald, hail, everyone. Paddy Power saying good evening. And a couple of yous there. Plunge yourself, mate. Good evening. Mentioning about the 8.5 million. Leo Porter. Good evening, mate. Hope you're well. I've seen you for a while. Evening, lads. Ida's coming. Signed there for 9.5 million. A lot, guys. Stephen Kennedy. Good evening. Eminem. Good evening. I always, when I see you comment, I always get Eminem, the rapper. It just comes into my head for some reason. I don't know why. It just comes into my head. But good evening. Thanks for tuning in. John Clifford, good evening, mate. He's starting games, not paying for that paying that for a squad player. Yeah, like I say, I'll come to. I'm just coming through some of the comments. I will come to Marquee. That is a marquee signing, actually. But good evening, Mark. Hope you're well, pal. And he says, who have we sold and selling to pay for that? Well, we sold Bago for 4.5 million. So Bago moved on to Belgium for 4.5 million. So we'll, that's some of the deal. We've made some money tonight earlier on Bosun Lobel. He's signed for Stoke City, and Celtic make 3 million on that deal. We made a couple of million back in Haksabanovic. So effectively, there was money sitting. Mick, 1967, good evening, mate. Hope you're well. Thanks for tuning in. Mick says, people complaining when we don't spend money, now complaining when we do. Credit to the board for keeping things close to their chest. Yeah, like I say, it's, it'll never long till you see comments like, can he play left back? Can he play centre back? He's no this, he's no that. I did say before, I think Celtic, I've said in private chats with Alan and Ryan, I've said to the lads that Celtic could probably sign Mbappe, and people would find fault and say, no, he's not a left back, or he's not a winger, or he's no this, or he's no that, or he's a hybrid sort of winger stroke centre forward. I actually think, Lewis Palmer is going to develop into that kind of hybrid role as well for us. I know he's injured, obviously, just now, but once he does get back, Lindsay Greenwood joining us as well. Lindsay says, good evening, JP and the rest of the Celtic family. Hail, hail. And fantastic news about Ida. Yes, it is, Lindsay. Really, really positive. I nearly put on my red coat tonight, pal. I am ecstatic. The lads will tell you, I have been wanting this move since he scored his second penalty at Easter Road. Alan and Ryan must be sick to the back teeth listening to me. We need to sign Ida. We need to sign Ida. We need to sign Ida. It was a no-brainer, an absolute no-brainer. But we'll come to that. We'll come to more. Wee Willie Column, good evening. How are we? Scott Melville, good evening, mate. Hope you're well. Thanks for tuning in. Stephen Kennedy, JP, gone are the days you used to have a season ticket. Game for Sunday, 25 quid. 25 quid a ticket. Season ticket holder, yeah, some price for the public sale. Same price for the public sale. Yeah, Stephen. Just unfortunate. The last couple of years, mate, Celtic have been networking over in, like Australia, Japan, and now in America. So I think that's why we've not had. Listen, we've not had any home fixtures in terms of friendly wise. We've not had anything at Celtic Park. But that, that's the club have also taken that choice to take over, to take us over to various places. Don't forget, I mean, Celtic's a massive institution, mate, and we've got fans all over the world. So a lot of the fans have got to get up at strange times, round the clock, etc., mate, to see Celtic play. So, yeah, as I said, it's one of those things, mate, and I think it's brilliant what Celtic are doing, Stephen, in terms of going far afield to let supporters see their team up close in person. Because, like I say, a lot of these guys don't get to see it. We're fortunate enough we live in the country they play in, but not every Celtic fan does have that luxury. Yes, we are glad the deal's done, with Kyogo's shoulder problem. That was a very awkward fall yesterday for Kyogo. So we'll wait to see how the wee man is. But Brendan did say, he is okay. I just think as well, lads, guys and girls, having Ida in as well, it's a period in the game yesterday where I thought we weren't clinical enough. I think Brendan alluded to it in his post-match. And I think just having Adam Ida and that wee bit extra quality on the pitch, I think you convert one or two of those chances and the game looks humongously more. Because for me, the scoreline really flattered Hibs yesterday, and it should have been more. Robert Irving, good evening, mate. He says he's worth what we're willing to pay. Yeah, that's it, mate. That's it. I totally agree with you, mate. Thanks for tuning in, Robert. I don't think I've seen your name pop up before, mate. So if you are new to the channel, buddy, feel free to hit the like button and the subscribe button as well, and that'll allow you to become a member of the Celtic Unrestricted View family. Not only that, you'll get notifications as to what the podcast's doing and, when we're ever going to be live or when we're ever going to be putting up any content or whatever for you. Edward Diver. Yeah, I've heard that rumour myself, mate, about Mbappe. That's a good one. Take a chill pill, JP. No, listen, I've been totally calm all the way through this process. Like I says, I'm not worrying at all. Every time I hear Brendan speaking, folks, I just do not worry at all. I don't panic whatsoever. And so yeah, I've never actually, I've never panicked at all ever. So, but I think there'll be some more surprises when as we go in the season. I think there'll be a couple of there'll be one or two that maybe still comes in and people are going to say, "Oh, what's going on there? I didn't expect that," or But right, it's about that time, folks. We are going to take our first caller of the evening. Let's see who's in the magical window. Oh my God! I get ready, used to.
How are you doing? All right?
All right, guys.
Not too bad. How yous doing, boys?
Yeah, not bad, mate. How are you?
Magic.
I'm good, man.
Mine's
I'm good. I am absolutely ecstatic. I was just telling the lovely people that are listening in to me tonight that how much I've been doing your heads in about getting Adam Ida signed, boys.
It's not just Adam Ida. You do our heads in all the time, mate.
Well, there you go. There we go. Can't be helped, though, can it? The gaffer's got to be here while you two are away sunning your backsides off. Anyway, more important, hold on. I'm going to ask you before it comes up in the comments. Where's your tan?
Oh, wait to see him, man.
Wait to see me, I'm all burnt.
Burnt that
Oh,
crisp.
How are you boys anyway?
Aye.
How are you?
Yeah, all good,
Aye,
mate.
yeah.
All good. How are you, mate? You good?
Yeah, I'm good, man. Yeah, it's good. I love sitting here myself now. It's brilliant. I'm getting used to this sort of. I'm acclimatised to it, man. So,
Me,
but
myself, and I.
me, myself, and I, mate. You know me, big man. I'll never get lonely with the amount of voices I've got in my head anyway. So we're all right. Right. So, you're on to have a wee chat. Give us a point. What you're on to bring up?
Oh, it was just obviously the game yesterday was really good. Really impressive first half performance. Don't know how you feel about that, JP, but obviously we watched it in the pub and the Hoops bar, and the first half was really good, and you can kind of see the football for pre-season was kind of at the command look, and then the game obviously yesterday, and I think me and Alan both agree. I think you probably agree yourself and the rest of the fans, JP, that the football was very good going forward. And the first half, second half, maybe not as great, but the game was kind of finished. But the first half was very positive, and you can kind of see what kind of basically what the manager's trying to do.
Well, that's the thing as well. For me, I think it's just a continuation for pre-season, really, because of the way we're playing, the tempo we're playing at. They just look as, and not only that, lads. The difference. This is a big difference for me. We've got a fully fit squad. Everybody's flying, and they're all playing at the same time. They're all in cohesion with one another. And what I was going to say to you was, not just what I'm loving is the interchange and our counter press. You can tell that's been worked on, lads, and the speed of the transition, and when we've got it, and not only that, it's the willing for us to keep the clean sheet as well. So it's the desire that everybody in the jersey has got to try and keep the clean sheet. And I heard after the game last night, Casper Schmeichel phoned his dad and says he's been playing with flip-flops on the last couple of weeks, so he's not much today. But Alan, obviously Ryan spoke there.
Yeah.
What do you think of the football overall, mate?
No, we spoke yesterday, obviously. I think it was very impressive going forward. I was especially impressed with Nick Osgood and James Forrest. I thought Forrest was incredible. I thought it was back to prime James Forrest, to be fair. His vision to kind of the assist for the first goal as well. I think that's kind of underestimated at times. So I was really impressed the way we went forward. It looks very fluid. Passing looks very crisp, and it looks as if we've got proper intent to impose ourselves in attacking wise. Obviously, that's the massive positives. I think we're all kind of looking at this. There was one possibly certain little negative at certain left centre back position. So, but if the board sat and watching that yesterday, and they're sitting seeing what Brendan could do with the players, that a lot of them basically aren't his players. So if we give Brendan his kind of free rein to bring in exactly the players that he wants, I can see kind of a lot of special football be played by Celtic. I think if we kind of tweak a little couple of positions, bring in some proper quality, I think it could be a really exciting season ahead for us.
Yeah, Ryan, obviously, in terms of the coaching that Brendan's been doing, you can start to see Nicholas Kuhn now, a guy that's starting to settle into his team, and he's got to know his teammates. And mate, it was for me, it was phenomenal. Like Alan touched on James Forrest. I mean, he's the obvious one there as well. He's been there his whole career, and he, like Alan says, I totally echo what he says in terms of he's back to prime James Forrest again. But Nicholas Kuhn is starting to now show us why, Brendan went and got him, and why he was selected to come in. That left foot looks like an absolute wand, mate. And the way he done it about 3 or 4 times yesterday. He glides inside, but he just glides by people like they're not there. He was unlucky not to score again after his goal. But again, you heard Brendan speaking after the game, Ryan, and that, he's got to have that killer instinct in him. He's got to get to the back post. So that's only going to bode well for us moving forward, especially Brendan working with these guys.
He's obviously didn't have the best of starts when he signed due to things obviously outside that football, but you can definitely see that he's starting to come into his own. You can see why the attributes why we signed him. He's very, very quick. He's direct. He's kind of like an old-fashioned winger that we've not had in a while. Maybe with James Forrest, because he's different from it. We all know Dysan's not your typical winger. He's a workhorse and he brings that side of the game. But you can definitely see Nicholas Coon's going to be a major asset to us. And you'll probably imagine he'll maybe play some of the big games, i.e. your European games or the games in across the water or at Celtic Park against them across the water. So, and then you might bring guys like Palman as well and other guys to maybe, because the squad's going to need bolstered a wee bit because of the amount of games we've got. So, obviously bringing ALLTHE in now, I think centre back and a left back probably would be ideal now as well. I think I'm going to touch on what Alan says, and I think yourself, mate, you'll probably agree with it as well. If you back the manager, which I've done with ALLTHE, but if you back him with a few more signings, where's the ceiling with a Celtic team under Brendan? I think that's where you've got to look. If you give him the minerals to take the club forward, then I think it's going to be even more. I don't want to say scuddings and be disrespectful, but I think there's going to be a lot of 3 and 4s, and I do believe that if that's the case, then I'm going to agree with Alan, and I think you'll agree as well, mate. It's going to be an interesting season, and strap in and just basically enjoy it.
Yeah, before I touch on that, George Robertson's dishing out a couple of scuddings for you two lads tonight. First comment from him here, he's saying, Limmy and Joe Ledley in tour.
I bet I'll be Joe Ledley.
And then he changes it, to Stuart Slater and Ronald Villiers.
Oh, well.
I'll take that all day long.
George, what I will say, George, what I will say to now, if you call me Peter Martin, you're bad. And if you call me Peter Griffin, I'll make sure you can't watch any more podcasts. I'll bar you for them all. But no, lads, listen, I'm beginning to now think, lads, that this is what we've been waiting on in terms of you have to be a bit patient, because the level of player that Brendan's going to be bringing in, I think he spoke about it during the week here. That level of player's got to be what he called the next level. So I'm beginning to think, lads, see if it was going to be young projects, which could still be 1 or 2 still, but we could have very easily already done so by now and stockpiled the squad even more. It doesn't look to me that that's what's going to happen. It looks to me that he's going to be bringing in guys who can contribute to the first team right away. Now, ALLTHE's going to come in and he's not going to be like the number 2 striker as, what people think. He's got a backup striker. That's what Brendan calls it, 2 first team strikers. So I just feel that if this is now what we're waiting on, lads, we could be in for a very exciting end to the window, especially in terms of quality level of player coming in. Alan, I'll put that one to you.
Yeah, we're approaching the end of the window, obviously. All our frustrations, we need to put that aside and try to be positive about the business we're going to do in the remaining kind of 2 or 3 weeks. So we need to hope for the best and hope that we've done all our homework and it's just the case of kind of pressing the button now and bringing these players in, because I think we can all agree there is a number of positions that we do need to strengthen in, and I think it's a very valid point. We might need a 3rd striker. Brendan said that as well. When you look at, we have had 3 strikers kind of frequently in the past, so I think ideal world now you're looking at a kind of left centre half, a left back, possibly a winger and another striker. I think that's probably the minimum that we should be looking at to improve this squad and first 11. So whether people agree with the amount of the fee or not, at least we've got a player in the door and someone we know that can score goals and have an effect on football games for us. So we just need to kind of get on the positivity train and hope the next couple of weeks that we add to that and we get the quality instead of the quantity that I think we really need to progress.
Yeah, 100%. We comment here for Chris Murray. He says, good evening, boys. Hope everyone's well. Are you enjoying your holidays, Ryan and Alan?
Yeah, Chris, all good, but we are missing what we're doing now, so it'd be good to get back to that. But yeah, it's a nice wee break so far, but a wee bit burnt, Chris, but hope you're well as well, mate.
No, it's been
And then he
lovely.
says he said he's a bit late to the show, but I'll wait till you boys go off and then I'll ask him for a note for his mammy.
A permission slip.
Yeah. And
holiday's been
George Robertson actually says, JP, you look like Elvis, mate. Thank you very much. That's all I can say to that. Just don't stand in my blue suede shoes. You're all right, George.
Oh, Jesus, man.
And then he comes on and says, great pod, lads. Good to see Ryan and Alan on, and love the passion from the three of you.
Cheers,
Cheers, George.
Feeling a lovely night, by the way, I'll tell you.
It's a stunt, Chris, mate.
I know. But, right, obviously, touching on Adam Ida, lads, just before I let you go and bring in my next caller,
Yes.
Are you boys chuffed for the signing? Yes.
I'll be honest, JP, I think the fee's a wee bit higher than maybe we projected to start off with.
Are you impressed with that, though?
I'm impressed with
the amount of money that
money
they've
up
spent?
for him. I'm impressed with the board have backed the manager. So no matter what we think about the fee, the manager wants him, and the board have put the money for it. Strange how it's went from like 4 million no to nearly 10. That's a big jump, but we've got him in now, and it's all down to Adam now. It's all down to Adam to obviously the proof when he pudding when he plays, and we know he can score goals, but I think he will need to add to that now. But obviously the fee will be a wee bit the fee will be a bit of pressure on him, because obviously he will need to come in. I don't want to see him hit it right away, but he will need to get a decent sum of goals to obviously to implement the fee. But I think overall, I think me and Alan, we spoke about it before we come on, that even if we agree with the fee or no, mate, I think the manager wants quality, the manager wants certain players. We moan about if we don't get the players, if we don't back the manager. So I don't agree with the fee personally. I think it's a wee bit high, but we just need to go, mate. We need to trust the manager. He wants the player. The board have put the money, and let's hope we can add to that and get other players in for maybe some sort of fee like that, or just a bit less. But I think we can now, hopefully, like you says, get the ball rolling and kind of just move on from there.
I'm surprised at the fee, but I think Peter Lowell must have won old Joe's buggy last night.
So that one with the toaster in it?
The toaster.
Aye. I think it's a bit strange with we were in with 4 million, that's rejected, and now it's jumped up to that. I'm finding that hard to kind of understand. But usually when you get
there's been a bit of timing by the way, Alan, isn't there? Obviously the first initial bid was the 3rd of July, so there's been a wee bit of time since, times went by, and obviously I reckon personally with what Adam Ida's done down there as well, and spitting the dummy, and he's gone through disciplinary procedures and everything else, he's probably brought a conversation to the table such as, right, I want to move there, I want to go there, I want to play Champions League, I don't want to stay here, so what's it going to take to get that move happening? And then obviously the clubs have spoke, but like we says,
I'm
obviously
happy with the signing, but it's the fact of, we're a bit perplexed at the minute once it settles in, but we're perplexed with the kind of fee. I don't know if that's value for our money yet, but at the end of the day, it's a player in the door, and we know that he'll be able to produce kind of goals for us. So at least there's something happening. So it's more positive than it's been recently with regards to transfers.
Yeah, let's just call it flexing your muscles in the transfer market. I think that's what I would maybe label it, flexing my muscles in the transfer market, lads. But listen, lads, yous have an absolute belter. Thank you for coming on in the middle of your holiday to come and have a chat with me. But take care.
Enjoy the rest of the show, mate.
Well.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, lads. Hail. Bye-bye. Two absolute gentlemen, great guys. I don't want the two of them getting a complex now when I says I'm enjoying doing this solo. It's a different kind of type of podcast when you need to do this solo, when you're just on your own, you know. It's quite different. But it gives me an opportunity to kind of speak to you guys also. George, you're saying it's no £9 million, it's £9 million Haribo. Aye, big man likes his gums and all, by the way. Did they pay me to say that? No. I've always said that we're no scripted, Danch. So no, nobody's paid me to say anything. Webby, how you doing, mate? You just home for the pub? Oh well, looks like Alan and Ryan are just going to the pub, mate. So you maybe catch up with them if you're getting back out. Right, folks, I think I'll get my second caller of the evening in. We will give it a few minutes and then we'll get the second caller in. Now, I've not even spoke about the game, to be fair. The football was absolutely unbelievable, eh? The football was frightening, tantalising. Really, really fast and explosive. And, you know, the way we've set up the last couple of games, the way the ball cycled when we're in the net, targeting, counter-pressing, it's really, really, you know, it's really, really good to watch. Second half became a bit broken, in my opinion, yesterday. And, you know, right early on in the half, you get Callum McGregor hitting the post, the one with Kuhn, with the goalie, Matt O'Reilly's header as well. But early on in the second half, with a couple of chances rapidly that really, really could have put a different light on the game as a whole yesterday. And when that doesn't happen, you know, Hibs get some players on the bit off the bench and onto the pitch, and the game kind of changes. And then the game becomes stretched because Hibs started to go a wee bit direct when they brought the lad Bowie on. They were hoping that he was going to be able to, you know, hold up the play and ruffle big CCV about. Now, he did get past him once, but it was because his CCV slipped. I was quite disappointed with the TV and the commentary because it wasn't Chris Sutton. It was the guy that does the commentary with Chris Sutton. Is it Ian Crocker? Is that his name? I think it's Ian Crocker. And he said that, oh, he's got the better of Cameron Carter-Vickers. He didn't. Cameron Carter-Vickers just slipped. And the lad was right beside him. So it was only obvious he was getting a crack at the ball straight away. But yeah, as I said, right now we are looking frightening, and there is nobody, and I repeat, nobody are going to get near us playing like that. Nobody. But I'll take my second caller of the evening, and it is indeed the man that usually is first on with us. But he did have to play second fiddle tonight to the two boys over in Tenerife. It's the one and only Mr. Francis Lester. Good evening, mate. How are you?
Evening, JP. I'm good. Second fiddle to Butch Allen and the Sunburnt Kid.
Aye, that's it. The Sunburnt Kid. Aye, that's a new name for him, by the way.
I think I was watching an episode of Love Island there.
Aye. That's what it was like, wasn't it? Two were sitting cuddling.
I've never even seen that programme either.
No, but you kind of get the gist of it, mate. No, I mean, it's kind of like that, except there's loads of women and loads of guys involved as well.
no, that they two are there. No women involved.
No, they two. No. They look as if they met each other. They two of them look as if they met each other on their first date tonight, didn't they?
No, they looked as if they were sitting in a park bench somewhere.
Aye. They've just won. They didn't want to show us. They've just won one of their toys at the machine with a claw. But
Good.
yes, mate. So, what you want to chat about tonight?
I was kind of shocked tonight when I seen the details about Ida signing. You know, I'm delighted that he signed, obviously. But Allen, I thought, Christ, 9 million or 8 point whatever it was million, taken up to 9 million. I didn't think we would go that far for him, but I think he's worth it. I think the boy will bang goals in for us, and he's a cracking striker. I just like he gives us a total different focus up front. I think, you know, I mean, it gives you a different option and a different way to play when you bring him on, because it's like last season, horses for courses, isn't it? You know what I mean? And feel a wee bit better.
Francis, he adds quality as well in terms of his ability and his technical ability, because I noticed that last season when he came in. Remember, now I'm not comparing him, but he made a quicker impact, in my opinion, than what Edward did. But see, if you look at Edward when he first came in, I know he scored against Hamilton in his debut.
Remember that, and it was a dribbler.
Edward was effectively third choice. You know, you had Dembele and Griffiths there, and then it was Edward. So, but very quickly, Edward grasped what it was about and what he was to do and what his duty was for the team. And then very quickly after that, you seen him develop. Now, Adam Ida, for me, was brought in by Brendan because Brendan knew of his ability. Now, the Celtic fans at the time didn't want Adam Ida because of the profile, because they saw him, you know, he's third choice for Norwich. He's not going to get a game up here, blah. But Brendan had knew him because he worked down there. So Brendan had knew what he was getting. And he told you that in an interview. So I just feel that it's been an absolute stroke of genius by the manager because of what he knew what he was getting. And the only reason that money has been shelled out for Adam Ida is because, one, he's already been here. 2, he's proven he can score goals. And 3, he's proven that he's got the mental capacity to deal with pressure in a Celtic jersey. So not only is he a different type of player for Kyogo, but he also brings, he's got pace, Francis, and he's got a physicality like the wee man doesn't possess. So, mate, for me, it's a no-brainer. It's an absolute no-brainer. Even I've spoke to Barry Bannon about this, and even Barry thinks he's a better player than Giakoumakis even.
Well, it was proven last season in the last game of the season when they played them, you know, instead of Kyogo down at Kilmarnock. And look at the impact he made that night, you know. So it shows he knows a player when he sees one. We don't doubt that, you know. The only thing that kind of bugged me a bit yesterday was the kind of drop off in the second half. I thought we kind of just went through the motions in the second half yesterday, which I know we still created a couple of chances, but I felt as if we just went. It was a kind of it was like last season, you know, one half really, really good, fast attacking football, and then the second half we started this kind of slowing it down again and passing about the back, and you know, and we had a couple of scares through, and not just Scales. I mean, Scales had a few blunders yesterday, and so did Taylor. But big Carter Vickers at the back as well. He got caught at the back post for that one that he hit off the bar as well, you know. But I think that was...
There was one as well, he got intercepted as well with the one with Boyle running through the middle.
Ran through the goal, you know.
Yeah.
I thought Big CCV looked a bit tired yesterday in the second half. Don't know what you think. I was watching.
He's not played a lot of football. I mean, he was out. I mean, I've just found out, Francis, I don't know about yourself, mate, but I've just found out he never kicked a ball for the USA in the Copa. So that's a long time not to have played.
I felt there was something yesterday with him. He didn't look fully fit to me, I thought, you know, so maybe just needing a game time again, you know, like we did last week. Maybe take another couple of games to get fully up to speed. But I still think we definitely need to get cover at centre back, left centre back, and for Greg Taylor. Would definitely they two positions have got to be strengthened for Europe. I feel if we're going to have any chance of having any impact, I know we're not going to win it, and we're not going to do anything silly. You know what I mean? But I don't want to be going out and getting gubbed by players because I think Scales and Taylor definitely get targeted they're getting spoken about far too much, probably by us as well as fans.
Taylor's unbelievable. His
Everybody-
passing, his distribution's
Going
frightening.
forward, brilliant.
What that
but-
ball, I mean, that ball to Kyogo yesterday was absolutely out of this world.
But listen, I've not got a problem with him going forward, JP. It's the defending side that I'm bothered about, and I'm thinking about, if you get a half-decent team attacking you in the Champions League in these games, we'll get murdered, I think. You know what I mean? I think we
I think as well,
quality
for
of that.
me, well, for me, Francis, I don't know how you feel personally. When, obviously this team, Brendan, again, I'll go back to Brendan playing a blinder here because Brendan has kept this team together. So if you look at last season, he signed them all up in longer-term contracts, brought up the wage structure to give them all rises in wages and keep them all happy. So I'll even go back to O'Reilly's still here, so I'll include him. So Matt O'Reilly signed a new deal. Hatate, CCV, Callum McGregor, Kyogo, Daisen Maeda. So there's 6 of them straight off the bat, and that you would say, wow, they're our kind of main major assets in the team. Now we've signed young Bernardo. We've just signed Adamida. So we didn't have Adamida last season in the Champions League. If you remember back, mate, we were having to go with Big O. So for me, this team here, and you look at the emergence and the development in the boy Kuhn, and you've got like Thiago Holmes still there, Yang still there, Palmer's still there. For me, they're a year on now. They're developing under Brendan. So
yeah.
I think that's why, listen, don't be surprised if you see another couple of results similar or performance levels similar to Man City and Chelsea, because that's the way we're going to play. That's how we're going to take on teams. And yeah, we're going to have to ride our luck, and Kasper Schmeichel's probably going to have to one of the best game of his life. But I think that's the difference there, Francis. I think Kasper Schmeichel could be the major difference between Celtic walking away with maybe a 1-0 or a 1 each draw, or getting us that extra point to take us. Time will tell, obviously, but I've just got a real positive feeling about it, mate, because he's managed to keep all the squad together and go at it again.
No, I agree totally. I mean, middle to front, I've not got any qualms about us at all. I think we would score goals against anybody. I'm delighted with the way we're playing going forward. Delighted with the goalkeepers. Big Schmam, he could have had a stool in his goal yesterday. You know, he had nothing to do the full 90 minutes. But as I say, my only fear is the defence. If Scales gets injured, or we, what do you call him? Taylor gets injured.
Taylor. Yeah.
Who are we going to in? That side of the park?
Well, I mean, like I say, the now until obviously
the Rocky.
Well, you can't really. I don't think he'll move Scales. I don't think he'll do that because he's had opportunities last season to do that and he never done it. So I think what he'll do is he will maybe bring in the young lad Matthew Anderson, who
that's a possible. About that,
yeah.
Well, I would get a chance in the first team in the league games. Actually, I think he's good.
I think you can maybe do it at Celtic Park, Francis. For me, going away to places like Easter Road and stuff and flinging the boy in, it'd be okay if we were winning 3-4-0. Yeah, fine. But if it's one of those games, mate, and listen, they are going to come this season. They are going to be at the point where you need to scrap, you need to roll your sleeves up again, and you need to go at it. But yeah, I think it's you're more in tune to playing the boy at Celtic Park rather than your away grounds, you know, unless, like he says, it really can't be helped. And then again, you're getting back to that sink or swim. But I think that's I think it's a situation, mate, that Brendan is trying to address. And as I say, if it comes to light now that Brendan has had us waiting this long for the right type of player, then I don't see why there's any issue whatsoever, as long as we can get the business done, mate.
Well, he did say 2 or 3. He wanted 2 or 3, so that's he didn't know. We've got Bernardo. I think the other couple will be in the defensive end. I think that's definitely where he's going to be looking to strengthen. He doesn't like to show his hand, does he? You know what I mean? Which I like. Anything getting blabbed to the press or hearing it. I get sick listening. This player, that player, this player. I'd rather they kept their cards close to their chest and then come out with a belter and say, you know.
Yeah, I like that because, I mean, this story tonight about Ida's just emerged. You know, it's just one of those ones that just went bing. I know people are going, you know, we've been after him all summer. Yeah, but nobody thought today was going to be the day that they were going to announce Adam Ida was signed or agreed the fee to sign with Celtic. No, I don't think any Celtic fan did, because I certainly didn't this morning when I woke up.
I think a couple of wee incidents with Kyogo yesterday maybe boosted it quite a wee bit.
But it just goes to show you the work's obviously continued on over the weekend with the guys that are in charge. And as I say, these are the guys, for me, Francis, that take a doing a lot of the times off the fans. And if anybody's sitting here right now thinking that Celtic, the hierarchy or the recruitment team are just sitting on their laurels and sitting on their hands and not doing anything, then you're absolutely crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Things go on.
I think you're right. You know what I mean, as I say, and I'm looking forward to the night I turn on the telly and they tell us we've signed some sort of superstar for about 20 million. You know what I mean? That'd be nice.
We've signed two guys for Las Americas. Apparently, are brilliant at drinking games. But listen, Francis, thanks very much for taking the time with us again tonight, mate. Are you going to the game on Sunday, mate?
Yes, I'll be there.
Nice one.
As always.
Well, if I don't get a chance to speak to you beforehand, mate, have a good day, and I'll enjoy the rest of your week, mate. Right, see you later. Hail, hail, mate. Bye-bye. What a lovely bunch of guests we've had on tonight. I'm just going to fire in with my third and final guest of the evening. Let's get this party started. Good evening, big man. How are we? It's our sponsor, Mr. Alec Beveridge. How are you, mate?
How we doing, mate? All right?
Not too bad. I'm loving that tap, man. That tap's a belter.
Oh, mate. This was the first ever Celtic top that I ever bought as a kid. This was it. So
Brilliant.
This was my cup final top.
Brilliant, man. How are you?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. Been busy weekend, but managed to catch a game yesterday. Thought we were fantastic. First half, out of this world, mate. It's like watching poetry in motion. Honestly, we were so good at going forward. The way we pinged the ball about. As I say, we were actually chatting during the game yesterday. I just thought when Celtic scored the second goal, I thought we were going to score about 7 or 8. We just looked in the mood. We really looked in the mood. And it was just good to watch, mate. It was just good to watch.
Amazing. What was your overall take on, obviously, the goals, and then, obviously, you two bogged down about the second half? Because I understand why the second half went the way it went. They obviously brought some subs on, started making the game a bit stuffy. The game became a bit broken, and then they were kind of going a bit more direct and try to press us higher and like into our sort of backline, and then we weren't getting the kind of freedom to play with the inverted fullbacks anymore, and we were having to go direct as well. And like you heard Roger saying as well, the game just became really stretched for us, and it can happen, but obviously the damage was done, mate, as you said, in the first half.
Yeah, that is it, mate. I mean, Hibs, they had to do something. Do you know what I mean? They had to do something to stop how relentless we were. They had to offer something, because in the first half, mate, they offered absolutely nothing. And even as I said to you yesterday, if Celtic score a third goal, they fans will be leaving shortly. You know, we were talking, having a laugh about David Gray trying to get back in the recording studio early because it was gone that way. Do you know what I mean? But
he's looking for his white ladder.
I just think that as you spoke about it earlier, mate, I just think that Celtic will have that in them all season, where you're going to score 3-4 goals, and teams then need to come at you. They need some way of making a game of it. And I think that's what Hibs did in the second half. There was times we were a wee bit lacklustre, and I'm not going to get into being negative about players. We all know where we need strength, and we all know where we need backup. And I thought yesterday as well, I think what's happened today with Ida was, when you looked at yesterday with Kyogo, I mean, if he gets injured, we were snookered. You know, if he gets injured, we're in a bad way if we didn't have somebody there. So it was amazing to get either in. Amazing that we got Bernardo in. And as we said a couple of weeks ago, it's, you need to wait. We've got plenty of time. You've got to the end of the month. We need to wait to get quality in. We don't want projects anymore. We don't want to see players that, we're buying for a couple of million. Everybody, we moan about players because we're not paying the money we should be paying. And then we're moaning because we're paying too much now. Do you know what I mean? So it's one of these things, mate. It's one of these situations, just being a Celtic fan, and you're never happy.
Yeah, well, that's what I said at the beginning of the night. I said we could sign Mbappe and people would say, well, he's not a left back, or he's not a left centre back, or he's not this, or he's not that, and so on and so on. I think that's just the nature of it, mate.
Yeah, it's good business for Celtic. We spoke about it a couple of weeks ago, as well. We don't know what goes on behind the scenes.
Of course not.
You know what I mean? You don't know what's going on, and then it's proven today, as you say. You weren't waking up this morning looking to see Adam Idah signing for Celtic.
No.
The cogs are always in motion, mate. We just don't know.
I think Brendan knew a bit more, because see, when you look back now and you hear his interview and you can hear him saying it a wee bit, he's like, I've not really got into it now. But the way he said it, and I was kind of like, he knows a bit more than he's letting on to them, and like, it's obvious now, because obviously that announcements came the night. So,
well, of course he does, mate, because I think he knows who he wants in.
Mm-hmm.
I think, as we said, we've all spoken about this quality. That's what we're looking at now. You know what I mean? I think we're in a position now to spend that type of money, and it shouldn't bother. We're shouting and crying out we don't spend enough money. We're shouting and crying out that we want Idah. Well, if that was the case, that was the price we had to get him at, that's what we need to do. And it's good that the board have recognised that as well.
Yeah. Bev, it's something else I want to say to you, obviously, before I let you get off, big man. The news I emerged earlier, well, we've seen the photo of him as well. He's been unveiled at Stoke City. The big lad boss in Lowell's moved on, and a deal that's going to be worth up to £3 million. So again, that's like £2 million with £1 million worth of add-on. So, the business that's going on, like you says there about behind the scenes, it's absolutely remarkable the way Celtic operate as a player trade. I mean, there's a guy there who's no played a competitive game in the first team. He's played friendlies, but he's never played in a competitive game in the first team. He was loaned out last season to Fleetwood, and now he's been sold on. Now we brought him up for Watford, actually, and now we're selling him on for £3 million. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, it's again, you don't know that, and again, there's probably other players there, JP. Younger players that are getting sold on for like 50 grand, 60. You know what I mean? Things like that. You don't know the money that's accumulating behind the scenes at Celtic. But that was a real big shock, because we spoke about that boy, and I really thought that he'd have got his chance this year. But if you're taking £3 million, you take it. And then
what was your take on him? What was your take on him, Bev, in the pre-season when you saw him? Because me personally, I just thought he was a wee bit off at a big boy level.
He was one of the ones, mate, that he did need work, and I think now Rodgers hasn't got that time now. It's quality players. It's no more projects, mate. It's quality to get us to that next level, to get us up there. And you're gone with Idah. Schmeichel, I think, is a phenomenal signing. An absolute phenomenal signing. And then you've got Paulo Bernardo signed as well, which again, it's players that want to come, JP, which is the thing I know. Idah wanted to come. Idah wanted to come. Bernardo wanted to come. Schmeichel obviously has worked with Brendan Rodgers before. He wanted to come. Do you know what I mean? That to me means, you seen his reaction yesterday with the first goal. That's just unbelievable, mate. You're setting competitive game for Celtic, and you're running about like a nut job. Do you know what I mean? I love that passion. I love that a player's not just coming for a paycheck, mate. He's not just coming up here to, top up his bank account. He's here to win trophies. He's here to progress, mate, because he's not played a lot of Champions League games, obviously, when he won it with Leicester. But I just love that, mate, that we've got players that want to come here and they're quality into the bargain.
His celebration was brilliant yesterday, wasn't it? When the goal went in. You seen him turning into the Celtic fans, and you're like, you listen to his interview as well when he came in and went to America, and he's a guy that just gets it, man. He just understands straight away what it's all about, and I think obviously having a close connection to Joe Hart and everything else has helped him, Bev. So, but all in all, mate, he's a guy, I mean, he's no silly. He knows who Celtic are. He's come up against them before when he was at Falkirk. Played against us in pre-season. Saved a penalty against us twice. Once for Falkirk, once for Leicester in the pre-season friendly at Celtic Park. So he has known about Celtic, but to have the opportunity at this stage of his career, and he knows he's going to be playing Champions League football as well. Who knows, mate? Maybe that's a big pulling thing as well for Celtic fans. Might be not been thinking about that, but that might be another way of Brendan bringing him in to try and help to keep Matt O'Reilly as well, because it's a Danish teammate to him as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think that's going to be the icing on the cake for that. However, I'm just saying it's another part, another face he recognises and knows.
Yeah. You're just wanting new to get a couple of signings in and the window is shut and Matt O'Reilly still to be sitting in that changing room.
Yeah, aye.
Or
even
watching the three yesterday, Hatate, McGregor, and O'Reilly. They just ease. They make football look so easy.
Mm-hmm.
They really do.
Frightening. And you look at that goal for Callum and all.
I said to you yesterday, goal of the season. It's going to be what a strike, an absolute screamer. And big Chris Boyd is right for once. I must admit, no keeper in the world was getting to that one. No keeper was getting to that one. It's an absolute sweet as a nut.
100%, mate. And I tell you another one as well. I know he picked up a note against Chelsea, but I thought Daisy Maeda looked rapid when he came on yesterday.
Mate, again, that I think they know that there's players coming in and it is quality. So, mate, if you've got a player that matches the one that's in the first 11, you're bringing on like for like, mate, it's going to be hard to keep everybody happy, which means your drive, your determination. I'm going to put him out here. I'm wanting in that starting 11 because once you're in, it's real. If you're on the ball, it's really, really hard to shift you. So it means that Celtic are playing full pelt, 100% every game. And I obviously will make changes through the game, but the starting 11, mate, for me, I think the new just kind of picks itself. And then these guys as backup have to shift the ones.
Yeah. No, 100%. Absolutely. What's your take on, before I let you go, mate, what's your take on the emergence of Nicholas Kuhn? Are you surprised
Absolutely outstanding.
Aye.
No, I'm not surprised at all because I'd watched wee bits of him with Leipzig and I knew how good he was. I knew how good that left foot was. And it's like everything else, JP. He's coming from a different country, into a different culture, a different country, a different way of playing in front of 60,000. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot on that, but he's still a young boy, I know, remember. But I think even when you looked at it through pre-season, JP, it looks as if he's bulked up a wee bit as well.
Yeah.
See, watching him yesterday, and I was watching on Sky Sport, and they were doing an interview with him before the game, and he actually looked as if he'd beefed up a wee bit, and he just looked frightening running at you. It's a player, mate, that he would give you a torrid time, an absolute torrid time. When he's on his game, mate, he will terrorise people.
Yeah. Do you see his wee half turn in the second half yesterday? The one O'Reilly gave him a ball and it was as if the boy wasn't there. He just cut inside.
That's what I'm saying, mate. That boy had to go and buy back in again. He didn't know if it was New Year or New York, honestly. He was so good, mate, and you'll see it a lot. And the thing is, mate, you're only 2 games at the season. This boy is gone. I said it last year with O'Reilly, how good O'Reilly would have been. And Kuhn's going to go the same way this year, mate. Kuhn is going to go, if he stays fit, mate, and he's going to take a lot of kicks with just the nature of his play.
Yeah. He's genuine quality, man. I've not seen a guy like that since we had Paddy Roberts gliding by people just for fun. You can just evade. Obviously, Jota. I mean, Jota could be easy totally, but he just evades people. He just totally eliminates you. One and away he goes.
Yeah.
And then he shift it from right to left.
It was last week.
Vice versa, and he's gone.
It was the same with the Kilmarnock goal last week, mate. He just glided by like 3 players as if they went and then hurt it. And obviously it took a deflection and in. But again, mate, you can't let players like that cut inside and get to the 18-yard box when you can hit a ball like
that. 100%, mate. 100%.
Just the way it is.
So did you get to see the two Ronnies there for Tenerife?
I thought that was more like a case of the undateables, never mind Love Island. they two sitting on the watch, you know what I mean? Humpty and Dumpty.
Can't have a can of dragon soup.
One between them because we ran out of pesetas.
Only get €4 left in change, boys.
They didn't take a lot of money with them because of their all-inclusive. Did they come out of the hotel and scrounge for a can of dragon soup?
Aye. They've run up Alan's phone bill trying to get through on the dial in the night, man.
No, it was good to see them, mate. It's good to see them enjoying themselves.
It's good to see them. It was good to see them. And as I said, I had a wee laugh at them. I was like, it was your turn. But aye, it's good to see them enjoying themselves, like you say. And listen, they're on holiday. They didn't have to come on and chat tonight either, but they did. So
yeah,
that's what's good about that. But listen, big man, thanks very much for coming on and having a wee chat with me again.
It's a pleasure as always, mate. I was here for you if you need me.
Nice one. Great, mate. Well,
have a good night, guys.
Well. Cheers. See you later, big man. Bye-bye.
Right.
Bye-bye. Thank you very much to all of our callers for this evening. Thanks very much. Folks, if anybody wants to take part in the dial-in, you've got to message us, man. You've got to send us a message. We put out to let obviously everyone know via the community, via the social media settings, you know, that this was on tonight. So if anybody wants to be part and come on and have a chat and give us your thoughts on, you know, what's happening with Celtic, anything at all that's on your mind with Celtic, you've got to message us. You've got to message us. So that's the thing. And I don't know if a lot of folk have cottoned on. Monty, I don't believe that for 1 minute, mate. Because you've always got something to say in the comments, buddy. So I don't believe you're shy at all. You don't even have to come on camera. Just fortunately, the lads that do come on, you know, but you know, they chose to come on camera. And Tony, thanks very much, mate. Yeah, it's been going a couple of weeks now, Tony. It's not relatively new. This is about the 4th week of it now. So it's been going good, as I said. But we've kind of had the similar faces on. Last week, my dad joined us as well. Barry Bannon was on the panel last week as well. So, like I say, folks, different weeks will have different people on. Just unfortunately this week, I'm here myself because the lads are over in Tenerife. Probably a lot of yous are sick of the sight of me. You know, he's wanting to see Ryan and Alan, which is fine. I'm well alert to that. So we have been told via feedback that some folk don't like myself, don't like Ryan, don't like Alan. So you know, it does happen. It can't be everybody's cup of tea. But that's the nature of it. Everybody's got an opinion. So, and we like to hear you. That's why we set this up, to hear your opinions, to get you guys coming on. Thomas, to be fair, mate, I think you're bad for a wee while, mate, until you grasp the concept of not swearing, mate, when you come on live. Because, like I says at the beginning of that night, we won't accept anyone swearing, and we won't accept any bigotry or sectarian chants or nothing. What you seen tonight with the guests, just coming on, having a chat with Celtic, not having to swear, not having to do anything, and just you can have a bit of banter as well. It's fine. But yeah. So as I say, it's one of those. It's one of those things that we thought it would be a good idea for you guys as fans, because I know a lot of you might know phone in Clyde, you know, Clyde One or BBC Sports Sound or any of the other, the Go Radio. I know they've got a phone in as well now. So some people might not even be fortunate enough to get through on those channels. So we thought we would do it here. And it obviously doesn't cost you any money to do it either. All we do is give you a link and you just click on the link and come through and we'll bring you in and you can talk to us. But again, you can choose to just come on in audio. You don't have to show your face if you if you've got something to hide. Not everyone's confident on a camera. Not everybody can do it, and that's fine. We're not here to judge anybody. But I've said to you before, what you see is what you get with us. We're not, we don't change. We're not scripted. We don't. This is the way we are in a new life. So, hopefully, guys and gals, moving forward, we can get some more of these on, because it'd be good. And listen, if that was willing to be the case, and some of you were willing to come on and chat with us, we wouldn't mind extending the show. We would even, me, Ryan, and Alan have spoke about this. We wouldn't mind extending the Monday night show for that purpose, to give more of you an opportunity to chat with us. There's maybe something to keep in mind. But you've got the messages. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, the TikTok, and Facebook as well. So, yeah. But thank you very much for everybody that's took the time to even send in a comment tonight, or give us your thoughts on what you think of what's happening. Thanks to my callers. Thanks to Ryan and Alan for taking the time out from their holiday to come and have a chat with me. Thanks to Francis Lester as well. He's always in the comments, and he's became a regular caller now, as it seems, in the dial-in. And thanks to our sponsor, Mr. Alec Beveridge, who once again joined us on the phone in as well. It's also good for you guys to see his face as well. Big Bev, that's who I've just spoke to there. For anyone who is new to the show and you like what you've seen tonight and you want to see more, keep hitting the like button, share amongst the Celtic family, click the subscribe button. It's all free, doesn't cost you any money, and you will become a member of the Celtic Unrestricted View family. We are, obviously, there's loads more content coming. And Jem, I seen your comment there about the boys over in Tenerife. Yeah, they were live in the Hibs bar on Saturday. So, Stevie that owns the Hibs bar, he's been a good ally for us and a good friend. He's became really friendly, and he's got some memorabilia from us now that he's told us he's going to put up in his bar to give us some advertisement as well, which is amazing, absolutely amazing. So, yeah, as I said, it's all positive for us. We are live in this. We do record now from the Squirrel Bar as well. So we've got a premises now to bring that type of content as well. There'll be lots more of that coming as well once the boys are properly back for holiday and there's nothing else happening, and as we go in the season as well. I seen a comment from Colin Sweeney. I seen a comment from you, mate. Or was it you? Hold on. It might not have been you, actually. I'm going to try and find it just before I go off. And then I will come to your comment, Aiden1888, in a wee second, pal, okay? So just bear with me. Was it Rab? Big Rab Bean is. Rab, was it yourself, mate, that commented about Kyogo's injury? Because obviously I had one of the callers in there. He was, I think it was Bev that was on chatting to me when I seen it. So, yes, Kyogo is absolutely fine. Brendan says his shoulder popped and the medical team managed to pop it back in. And Brendan, on his post-match, and his post-match presser, Brendan says he'll be fine. He'll give it a couple of days and he'll be absolutely fine. So the Adam Ida signing won't affect how Kyogo's one bit. Like I say, the two of them, Celtic are going to play a lot of games this season, so the two of them are going to be needed, and they are going to be absolutely massive. Aiden1888, I hope you've got a note for your mum, pal, for being this late. How dare you? I'm only joking, pal. Thank you very much for still tuning in. I know we're at the death of the show, but thank you very much for that. My thoughts on Adamida, well, you've came to the right place, mate, because I have banged the drum for months and months and months. We have to sign Adamida. Thank God we have. He's massive, and he's going to be massive for the squad. You've seen how important he was last season. Aidan, we don't win the double if Adamida's not in a Celtic jersey. There you go. Last season, the way things were going, Celtic probably don't win the double if Adamida wasn't in a Celtic jersey. He scored goals in big moments that rescued Celtic points. And obviously at the end of the season, we got prizes at the end of that as well for that. So we know how important he is. Not only that, Aidan, he's a big game player. And he's got big cojones to back that up as well. You know. And just basically on his boots for the cup final, Aidan, that was the only reason. That's the most important reason for me why I would definitely have signed him anyway. Just those boots, man. That was best pair of football boots I think I've ever seen in my life. There you go. Nick Conley, good show tonight, JP, mate. Thank you very much, Nick. Nick, I know we've been at you for the last couple of weeks, mate. We need to try and get you in to have a chat with us on the dial-in, mate. I don't think we'll be taking off for an answer now, mate. We'll need to try and get you in and get you calling in, because it'd be nice to speak to you. I know I've had Robbie on before as well. I've never actually met Robbie in person, but he seems a great guy. Hope he's well, if he's still watching. I've not had a chance to speak to him again, but again, he was good when he came on and made some good points. Anybody else? Like I says, guys, if you want to take part in the dial-in's going to be every Monday night. So if you want to take part in it, you need 2 messages. Now, you can get us on any of the platforms I mentioned earlier. And if you don't have social media, get someone who does have social media to text us on your behalf. It's myself and Ryan that's in control of their social media. So I do promise you that we will get back to you. So don't be shy and give it a try, as I said. But again, folks, that's all I have got time for this fine Monday evening. Celtic are just about to sign Adamida for a deal worth 9.5 million to flex our muscles in the transfer market and kick us on now towards the end of the transfer market. And not only that, folks, it will probably spin some heads as well across the city, because they cannot repeat that fate at all. And happy days are around the corner. Like the boy says, you know, the club backing Brendan, letting Brendan get signings that he wants, as in his quality, you know, that we've maybe had to wait for, which is fine, because, you know, when you're waiting on quality, it takes a bit of time. There's lots of things going on with transfers and lots of manoeuvring parts and stuff you've got to negotiate through. But once you do, quality is worth waiting for if you can get it done. Doesn't matter whether it's the first day of the window or the last couple of days of the window, as long as they come in. And that's the thing, folks. Quality doesn't take long to adjust to your squad either. But a young guy who's maybe inexperienced, not been exposed to Champions League level and stuff, guys like that will always take time to develop. And who knows? I expect a purple patch as well, folks, with guys like Thiago Holm, Palmer. Obviously, Nicholas Kuhn's shown us now what he's got. So I expect a purple patch with guys that were brought in, you know, to come in and, you know, also make contributions. And Palmer's obviously showed that he can score goals in big occasions and can be a game changer, etc. So fingers crossed. I'm excited, guys. I'm really excited. And let's see what's just around the corner for us. But happy days. We're flying. 6 points out of 6. Do bundle up. It's -2 in Glasgow. Take care. Hail, hail. All the best, guys. Bye-bye.